prayer works. But first of all, we have to understand the word prayer has pray in it, like you're prey for someone who wants to feed off of you. So if someone who is preying on others is lusting after what that person has, that they think they can enjoy, their body, an experience, or something. So see, love and lust are completely different. So what people want to say, that they are linking love in with lust all the time. If I want to take something from you, that's why so much now you hear about people aren't making love, not having a loving bonding experience. They're having, in a sense, a sexual sport of some kind for pleasure, gratification. And yeah, all of these things, if that's what, human beings, whatever they're choosing to do, only, like, I'm a pleasure seeker, just like you. And I've tried all kinds of ways I've thought about pleasure. And it wasn't until really I had experienced whatever the world was saying would bring you the greatest happiness. Whether it was fame and wealth and love life and things and clothes and looking good and going places and eating here and there. All these outer experiences that had some morsels of pleasure, because remember, we're pleasure seekers, some nectar, some sweetness, yet there's so much pain involved, and suffering, and lack, and loss, and fear, and all of this. So something was wrong. And then you get to that point where you go, wait a minute, is that all there is? Remember Peggy Lee had that song, Is That All There Is, My Dear? And that is all there is to that. It's a dead end street, because you're playing the game of birth and death in that game. So it's a dead end. And the pleasure then, when I had left behind that world, and in my television ministry in 1985, people thought I was crazy. What happened? To want to make a scandal? There was nothing. It was over. And I could see the signs. I knew the signs. I knew my work had been done. And yet, there was also something missing in my teaching and in my way of expressing myself in relationship, everything. And I knew that, and I could feel, it's like, I think it was Emerson said, most people live lives of quiet desperation. And yet, yeah, there was that quiet desperation that, and so many people want to cover that over with the pills or the pharmaceuticals or the medicine and all that, and not experience who they are. Plus, so many other things are getting involved in how the person is making their judgments and evaluations. That's why it's really important to never trust the mind and those thoughts and what's coming in fear-based and all of that. It's to stay centered more in yourself and do everything in the most healthiest, vital way that you can. And so this then, in leaving that, knowing that I didn't want people to get to where I was, because there was something missing, and I was still miserable. And so then, when I left that ministry in 1985 and went on, it was not to leave that or anyone behind or anything. It was how could I share something I didn't have? And yet I had it to the point, yet, see, most people, they don't even look to find what was missing, what's going on. It's trying to solve everything in a very physical, materialistic way. And you can't solve a problem that way because you're using the same system that caused the problem. That the mind, that state of reason, logic, coming from learned knowledge, information taught to us, rather than from who we are and our true divine self. So when that thing with prayer was that is to learn the value of that inner prayer, was to be really communicating with my divine higher self, not someone outside. And that was always my partner, and that was my spiritual life was always most important. So no matter what I had so-called attained or what happened in the world out here, that I didn't really lie to myself. When I realized a higher truth, or a more profound truth. And what was consistent, and what stays with me now, is that whenever I have taken whatever is the problem, the issue, the situation, into the quietness of my own being, with we call myself. It isn't Terry, it isn't this identity here, but it's I call my beloved, beyond words, partner. And when I truly ask for that, to help to give me realization or bring forth that which would, in a sense, solve this problem, but it would be always for the highest good of all. And whenever I would ask for something, I'd say this or that, which is far better for me spiritually and divinely in every way, and for the greater good of the all. And in that kind of prayer, we're not out there praying, please out there, help me, help me, help me. You know, it's the help is with you, because you are part of the help. You are with the help. You are one with that, and also who you are. So when you do your prayer, it is to be centered with your divine, with your presence, with your beloved, and sincerely, divinely, desire that for which is in harmony with who you really are and who we really are. And let us join together in that, in our hearts right now. Let us acknowledge our unification right now, all of us. And acknowledge also and respect our own individuality, yes, and our own full capabilities of who we are. Yes. And let us align then that for full conscious recognition, realization, full awareness of who each of us truly is, divinely, who we really are, beyond the labels, beyond the layers of ignorance, veils, magic, illusions, everything. Past, present, future, who we are, and ask for that. And we align with that because we desire it sincerely. Yes, truly in who we are. There is no competition, no envy, because everyone always has what they need and desire. Yes, always. Always. Yeah, that's true, real, divine communication, yes.